Welcome to the Man United agenda. Yes, we won, but we kind of lost as well because we have to play a Champions League dropout. Hi guys, welcome to the Man United agenda. I hope all you guys are excited. You just watched quite a good game away at Sociedad. We won 1-0, but it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough to go through. Just want to say hi to Pat. How you doing, Pat? Did you enjoy the game?
Not bad at all, gentlemen. That was a fine battle. Really enjoyed it.
And over to you, Paddy. How you doing, bro? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a battle, as Pat just said, but it was a bit of huff and puff, I think, from Sociedad. But yeah, it was enjoyable. To be fair, we got the result, so pleased. Yeah, it was a battle. We won. Good battle. We won. Good stuff.
It's nothing to be disappointed about, is it? Like, even though we're not through, we're not through now at the moment, are we? So it's nothing really to be disappointed about. As in, we won the game. Maybe it's a challenge for us. Maybe it's a good thing that we get Champions League. We touch on that a bit later. But what are your thoughts, guys, on that?
Go ahead, Pat.
In what respect, but Monday, you're talking about no, in respect to
I mean, your emotions right now. I mean, I like Pat said, I feel good. I feel good. There's a lot of things to feel good about.
Yeah. I mean, I feel good. I must say, going into the Villa game as well, I'm really pleased with the performances. A battling performance. All the lads got stuck in. It was a Sociedad, and with having their crowd behind them, you know what I mean. It was a really difficult game in some respects. They huffed and puffed, but we did really well. We matched them. We probably did better than that, to be fair. We really did well. I was pleased with the battling. I was really pleased. So good on them, mate. But it was good, man.
We're going to come on to that. First of all, I'm going to read out our sponsor. You know who it is. It's GMS. This should be automatic by now for everyone out there. And they are global mapping surveys. They currently assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. The link is in the description. Right, let's get on to the real thing now about the football. I want to just go through some comments, guys, just to get a feel of what people are saying. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Brush, you got your popcorn out. Big G's in the house. I blame Talk. He didn't go to the cars. He usually goes to the loo during his watch along. But bad luck that you know. Proof to bottom bumped up on the air. Okay, here we go. That's too much info for me. Eddie Foot Waffle saying if Maguire being played up front doesn't make this club buy a strike in January, nothing will. Wow, that was a tough game to watch. Eddie's not happy. Comedy Goals says Eddie. So it says Miss Big G, sorry. Martinez was awesome in defense, says Eddie. We're going to come to that. I think Pat's got a few things to say about that. Bill Badger is saying we will never get the second goal. No shots second half. I didn't know. That's a bad stat. HD Gamer, how you doing? Spanish, something about CUNTs. Ref probably had a freeze. All right, enough of that. We don't want to talk about that. Graveyard shift for Bill Badger, for Ronnie, says Eddie. I want to say hi to Cosman. I haven't seen you for a while. Saying TalkMU has gone. I don't know what that means, but I didn't watch the end of the game, but maybe we got something there. Wishing Maguire was going to score, said Big G. Man of the match, says Dallo, says Bill Badger. Bruno, Ronnie, Ericsson, and even Casemiro ran out of batteries in the second half. And finally, hi Emma, how you doing? She said, I'm not too bothered with an extra game. More time to learn, but it's annoying with the World Cup in the middle of the season. All right, first of all, guys, what did you think of the starting lineup? Not how they played, but the starting lineup. I'll read it out quickly. We had in goal, obviously, De Gea. That's a standard thing now. Dallo right back, Lindelof, Martinez and Shaw. So just with the defence quickly, obviously Lindelof has come back in for Harry Maguire. Thoughts on that? Start with you, Pat, quickly.
I think that speaks volumes for Victor Lindelof and his current form. It clearly means that he cemented his place as the third centre half for Manchester United. If Harry Maguire had a pretty positive game against West Ham and he didn't play because he had a bit of an illness, and straight away he's brought back into the starting lineup. So I think that means the number 3 spot is Victor. So fair play to him. He's been playing well and he deserves it. So go on, Paddy. I'll let you have the midfield.
On the midfield, or you want to come on the defence?
Well, no, I want to focus on the defence. Are you saying?
Oh, okay, all right.
Are you saying in a Europa League that this is the first team you're playing the best team, or do you think Harry might be saved for the Premiership?
No, I think he's playing his best. He's not playing. Obviously, he's not playing his best team all the time because he started Garnacho, and that's nothing taken away from Garnacho because he was fantastic tonight. When it comes to defense, I feel like he's trying to play his best defense all the time, and that's why I mean Victor Lindelof starting tonight. Nothing to do with Europa.
So that's a big indicator for you that he's started tonight. He's over.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Paddy? Saying that Lindelof starting in Europa means that he's over Harry Maguire in a way.
Yeah, and I'm pleased with that, to be fair. I know you won't be on Monday, but it looks as though Lindelof is going to be given the starting place. But again, we'll have Varane back at some point, so we'll see what happens, hopefully. But
that's nothing against Harry Maguire now, lads. I'm just saying that Victor Lindelof, I've lost my tongue tonight. Victor Lindelof has earned his right to be the third.
He has,
and that's it. And Maguire is going to have to do that now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're competing for places. 100%, Pat. But I still don't read, again, my own feeling, and please, that's outside the box feeling, lads. They're just not good enough in some respects, and we need to get better in there. But while we've got these players in here, and Pat's right, Lindelof has earned his place, and he's in there above Maguire on Monday.
Just start. So that's the defence. Nothing really controversial there. Midfield now. He's brought Donny van de Beek back in. We haven't seen Donny for a long time. What do you think about him starting today? And we'll come on to his performance. But what do you think of the manager's options? What do you think about Donny coming in and starting?
I'm delighted that Donny van de Beek came into the side, and the fact that he's pushed Bruno out onto the right-hand side. So that speaks volumes for Donny, because that means now that Donny can get a start in the starting lineup as the number 10, and there's a possibility of Bruno getting his chance to be rested, which he is going to need because he's been one of our better players this year.
Any other options apart from Donny, Paddy?
No, I suppose he had to give him. He was hinting for a while, Ten Hag, about bringing Van der Beek in. I suppose this is the game. When I saw the starting lineup, I thought he's brought him in. So, but again, he needs game times, and he was struggling with his fitness. Bless him, but he did okay. But, we've got big teams coming up, so he did all right. To be fair, give him 3.
And finally, the forwards. There's no Elanga. I was predicting Elanga was going to get start today. But Garnacho came on and he scored. Obviously, we're not going to talk about his performance just yet, but squad selection, team selection. What do you think was behind that? Start with you, Paddy.
I think it's his pace, to be fair, and he played well the last time in that game. He's been coming on really well, Garnacho, and I think fair play to Ten Hag, giving him a start today. To be fair, it was really good, and to give this little young lad a run out. So I thought, yeah, it was a decision where he thought, he took a risk a little bit. I think because he's still a young lad, isn't a young player coming through. And didn't it come off well?
It felt like a formation of 4-3-1-2. So we had the pacey legs up front with Ronaldo to help him out, and I think it paid off. Ronaldo wouldn't have the legs of Garnacho to do that sprinting around the pitch, so we had young Garnacho in there to give the defense a ton of time, and hopefully Ronaldo will pick up the ball that might fall his way. So it speaks volumes for Garnacho, lads. That's all I can say. Doesn't it? Fair play to the young fella.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm just going to go through a couple of comments here about the game here. Stuart Marshall saying poor second half on the bright side. Another win and a clean sheet. Bring on Ajax, he wants. Matt MUFC, how you doing? Says, we love to do things the hard way. Glory, glory, Man United. Bill Badger saying Harry was a problem up front. He caused a bit of panic. MUFC saying play Maguire striker next game. Stuart Marshall's got something here. He's saying, I'm sad to say that Ronaldo's legs are gone. I want to say hi to Rich Sports. How you doing? I'm sure you're going to be covering this game later. Tune into his channel. He's saying still annoyed by the crap penalty decision in game 1. Eddie is saying so Maguire start up front with Ronnie next on the weekend. Solo saying
Ronnie on his shoulders.
Yeah. I thought Ten Hag should have kept the same formation and system, as I believe would have helped us for the second goal. We'll come on to that. Matthew Bassett saying didn't have a bad game, nothing to offer, didn't offer anything effectively either. It's nice to see him get a game though. And here to Donny, they're saying I thought Donny was growing into it before he got subbed off. I agree. Stuart Marshall saying Donny offers very little when given his chance. Rich is saying I hope we don't get Juve or Barca. Don't want to play another team I'm barely heard of. Oh my God, it's all coming in. All right, let's talk about the performance, guys, because obviously we're playing against a team. First of all, do you rate Real Sociedad from what you've seen? They've had about 7 players out, but just over two games. What sort of standard are they? If they're in the Premiership, where would they be? I mean, are you impressed by them at all, Paddy?
I'm not impressed. No, I mean they huffed and puffed, didn't they? But they didn't really give. They didn't really. I mean, we were good. Don't give them defensively in the midfield as well, but they huffed and puffed and didn't really get anywhere. I didn't think they were a top team in the line of Barcelona, Real Madrid, even in the La Liga there. I just don't think I didn't rate them at all. So I thought they'd be better than that. To be fair, I was really surprised at the way they played, but that speaks volumes for how we played tonight and how we battled it defensively as well and got stuck into them. But I think they're no way. Look, they're Europa League, aren't they? They're not. I don't think they're Champions League on Monday.
I think they come across a bit of a team that be the equivalent of the likes of Wolves. They're a hard-working team that can punish you at any time, but they're not superstars by any stretch of imagination. As we'll get to it now in the second half, they came alive when they needed to and they put us under pressure. And that's very similar to what Wolves can do to us because they seem to be a bit of a bogey team for us in the Premiership.
They had a few ex-Prem players. They had the Rico, the left back, and the striker from Palace, and a big 6'4" guy as well. But I think they played nice brand of football, try and keep the ball. Nice, lovely little stadium there. It seemed like a family club, but there's no punch about them. But yeah, so let's go to our performance. How do you think we played today? Obviously, we went out there. We needed to win the game. We did win the game, but maybe it just wasn't enough. But so let's talk about the performance, guys. Did you see something there today with Donny, for example? Let's start with Donny van de Beek. He came into the side. He took Bruno's position. Bruno switched out wide. Thoughts on Donny today? His performance for the 50 minutes he had or 60 minutes? Paddy?
I mean, he's not fit, is he? But he did a job in there, didn't he? Running around, and knocked a few passes about. I wasn't that impressed, to be fair, Monday. But you know, he might be given. Let's see how he progresses through, and he gets a few more games because he hasn't a game time, has he? So second half, he went off a little bit. Well, he did a while, to be fair. But I don't know with Van de Beek. I don't know what it is about him. I'm really not getting that feeling about him. I don't know what it is.
I just think he needs a good run of games under his belt. He's never really got that. Now he's coming back in there, Pat, and as you just alluded to, he's not match fit. He's not sharp, you know. But what I did see of him, he was trying his best. He wasn't just staying in that number 10 role. He was floating around that box, left to right, trying to pick up the balls, trying to make plays. So for what he did tonight, I thought he done well. Could be done better if he had somebody else in there? Yeah, maybe so. But for what he done, I think he done right.
I thought he'd done all right. I think it's really interesting. I was really glued to him, watching him today to see what he would do. He seems like a player, just doesn't get many touches, but he tries to create space for others. He's always zooming around. He's got his radar on. He's always trying to create space and move around. He's not the quickest, but he's trying to get little pockets of space where he can pick up the ball or just do little dummies or that kind of thing. I think he's a good player, and I think if we've given time, like Pat said, maybe it could work with him. But it's hard to sort of. I wish he would have stuck with him. And like Solo said earlier, maybe we should have stuck with his formation as well going. But it's interesting to see how we can vary the formation and go to something different. Let's talk about the goal. What a goal that was, bro. I mean, Paddy, you talk to me about that. We played it out from the back. De Gea sprayed the ball to Bruno. Bruno's flicked it on. Ronaldo. Ronaldo got it first.
Inch perfect pass right into Garnacho. It was flying. Flying he was. Flying winger, which I loved. You know that. Don't know. I'll get our wingers back. And he flew down there and got that goal. Fantastic. Absolutely, no way was he going to catch Garnacho. He was gone. And great move on Monday. Very, very good goal. It was superb. Great.
Do you think we got a little bit of lady luck on our side, and if the goalkeeper had stood up, it could have been a different scenario?
Yeah, but I don't know, Pat. I think
I don't.
No, not taking anything away from Garnacho either.
No. You're right. It's a good point you make, Pat. I'm thinking that it was great. It's ace, wasn't it? It was brilliant. Yeah. The kid as well. He's a talent. He's a talent. Yeah. I'm so
happy for him.
Yeah, he's one of the kids. If he's going to come through, lightning pace. Bring him against Villa. Put him against Villa Sunday. Come on.
Yeah.
I remember when we played in the Europa League last year, and what's his name? Ahmad came on and scored against AC Milan, and then we didn't really see him again. Is Garnacho on the cusp now of being a first team squad player or sort of coming on? getting more game time in the Premier League and that sort of thing. How close is he to the side now?
Well, he has a lot to learn for such a young age.
Yeah.
That's his only downfall at the moment. Nothing to do with his ability. He's a little bit on the light side, but at the moment, like he's putting pressure on Jadon Sancho now at the moment, because Marcus Rashford can play up front and out on the left. So I'd be worried about Jadon Sancho, because if a young lad coming in here who's exciting as all every time he picks up the ball. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited every time he picks up the ball. I think he's fantastic.
I agree. I think I'd put him ahead of Sancho now. Sancho gone. Sorry, mate. You come back with a bit more form that you did it from Dortmund. Great, but Garnacho, I think he's play him some more games. With this club, it's all about young players and bringing them on. And it's going to take time, as Pat says, but why not throw him in? Throw him in.
Eddie Football Waffle here saying Garnacho looked like he can really develop, really agile, quick, and can beat players and has a finish in him as well, as proven today. Stuart Marshall said, I said for a long time, Garnacho's quality, and he's only 18. Someone was saying he's Ronaldo's double his age or something like that. Crazy, isn't it? But yeah, he looks like an exciting player, one to watch for the future, no doubt about it. Just going to go through a few comments here. Messi performance, didn't know if we wanted possession or to play on the counter, says Bill Badger. So that's to do with all the changes, which we will talk about. Big G saying Donny needed proper wingers playing, to be fair. Bill Baggio is saying felt like an Ollie-ish performance, maybe because we were trying to counter, or we can get into that. Stuart Marshall saying save Donny for the Carabao Cup or the Rumblers Cup, as Mr. B would say. Can't see him being here next season. Garnacho had a good chance, but the pass was a bit off from him. Yeah, I mean, going 16 minutes in, I thought we were going to get the 2 goals we required. So what happened after that, guys? We went 1-0 up. How come we didn't really sort of step it up? Is that credit to Real Sociedad, or do you think...
It was a bit of a strange one, Omundi, because the 58th minute we made our 2 substitutes with Donny van der Beek coming off and Victor Lindelof for Scott and for Scott and Rashford. And Rashford came onto the pitch, picked up the ball straight away, made a commanding run, and I was like, "This is it now. Rashford's on the pitch. We're gonna tear these to pieces." And then, just like a switch, it just flipped, and all of a sudden, it felt like our team just opened up, and Real Sociedad were back in it. And then we were on the ropes for a good 25, 30 minutes. It felt like after that. It felt like we went. It felt like we went to 3 at the back. Dalot, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro sitting in front, and then it was Eriksen to the left and right of Casemiro. Eriksen and Scott McTominay in front of Casemiro, like kind of a mid block. But we still felt completely open when Real Sociedad got the ball, and it was a little bit concerning for a while. And I think that shook us up a little bit.
Do you think that's brave from the manager, Paddy? Does it show sort of a bit of versatility for the manager that he can go to a free, whatever it was, 3-3, 1-2, whatever he was
3-1-2 was what I felt like.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that as the manager?
I think he's looking at different. I still feel as though he's looking at different systems, isn't he? And still looking at some of these players. I still think he's brave, and he's getting. Do you know? I think Ten Hag is getting more confident. He's not on edge so much now. He's getting confident. Yeah, do you know? I might play that. I might play that. Let's see how that works. I think he's doing a lot more of that now, and I think that's really good. He's really fitting in now. You can tell he's settling in. I can see on the sideline. He's very cool and collected now. Have you noticed? I like that. You know, it's good.
I've got a comment here. HG Games plays Zidane at 10 or Sancho. Maybe just put Eriksen in the 10 and put Fred in the 8th role. But this is the key one I would say. Stumpy saying the changes ruined us. We had a chance. I think it was offside though, but Ronaldo kind of got played in. He sort of dinked it over the bar, over the crossbar. But beyond that, I don't think we really created chances once we changed formation. We were trying to force it possibly too much. So I think maybe we should have stuck with the formation until maybe 70 minutes or so. I think we changed it too early. But I like the versatility.
Sorry, Pat. My worry about there, Pat, is that we're hanging on to games again. And I've noticed this. I've been making these comments in our shows earlier. They're hanging on to 1-0s, whatever, and we're not putting these teams to bed. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's clinical again. I don't know. But we're not taking our chances back. But even when we got the goal. But you know what? I just think we're hanging on to games. I'm worried with the big teams coming up at some point. They're going to give us a bit of a doing.
Well, one thing is, Pat, we scored in the first half. That's a big plus for me, and I'm happy with that. Yeah. Did we not see the game out? No, we didn't. But we are improving, and I think that will come with time. We're only a couple of months into Eric Ten Hag's reign of the season.
I know, Pat. We've just got to close shop though early at some point though.
Sorry, back to Stumpy's comment, the change rumours. Does that not speak a bit of volume for Victor Lindelof as well, that we got a little bit unnervy at the back after he went off?
I think for one, it's a brave decision. Shows how much faith he has in Martinez to be the solo centre back there, and sticking there. You know, he had to read the game, and I thought I'm going to come on to you, Pat, on this one about Martinez, because the guy's coming to the club and he's been sort of almost every game's been magnificent, and even today he's just really fighting and winning back. See that header where he got in front of the 6'4" man and got his head there, just got done enough to put him off, and being trusted to go into a back three with two fullbacks and lead the line, you know, that sort of thing. What's your thoughts on Martinez, man? Give us a bit of a rousing speech on him.
It's the Martinez effect, man. It just makes me smile thinking about him, okay? As you just said, Eric Ten Hag has so much faith in him, he's able to take a centre-half off and bring a centre midfielder on and put three at the back. Now, at the way it's going, he's having such an effect on air defenders. Look at Luke Shaw tonight. Luke Shaw was excellent. I can't believe I'm saying it. He was absolutely brilliant. He was getting stuck in. You could see he was playing fearlessly. The same with Diogo Dalot. I'm going to start calling Diogo Dalot Tenez, Luke Shaw Tenez. They're all becoming miniature versions. Well, I wouldn't say miniature because they're all taller than him. But every one of them, he's rubbing off on every single one of them. I think Jadon Sancho has to go and bunk with Martinez for a couple of weeks to get that effect, that aggression, and that feel for it. Because there was one challenge where Martinez went out, he put his body on the line, and one of the Real Sociedad players knew what he was doing, and he kind of turned his back into the challenge, and he knew he was going to take Martinez out in the face. Catches Martinez in the face. Straight away, Luke Shaw's over there to fight his back. He's in your man's face. I never seen Luke Shaw doing that before. I don't know about you guys. Little hairy, fairy comment standing back. Straight away, Luke Shaw's over. In the face. Same with Diogo Dalot. One-on-one challenges. Like, I was looking at one of the comments box made there earlier. They were playing dirty towards the end, and it was getting my go. But we done well, and we kind of didn't rise to the occasion of the way they were going on too much. So I was happy with that. And you could see it at the end. Dalot threw his hand back for one of the... He was only throwing his hand back to hold off a player. But one of the Real Sociedad players goes down the ground. Swear he was shot. You swear the sniper took him out. And the worst part about it was, one of the other Real Sociedad players, come on, get the medic on, get the medic. He lost an eye. He's lost an eye. Get the eye patch. So I must say, for the dirty tactics at the end, the three lads done very well. And Martinez is the kingpin in the middle there.
Paddy, can I ask you a question now? Right, everyone knows on the Man United agenda, Paddy is old school. He likes to play hard. He likes the passion. He likes that kind of thing. And these are all characteristics that we all want. But Paddy's extreme with it, ruthless with it. Yeah. What is Martinez your favorite player? Because if anyone was to do a poll, they would predict that he would be because of his characteristics. Talk to me about Martinez. What do you love about him?
You know what? He would go through a wall. I mean, he'd go through a brick wall for Ten Hag and this team. His way he distributes the ball, but just his attitude. You're right, and Pat just said there with that one tackle, he went straight through, and it was a okay tackle as well. But his face, he got up, and I was worried about him. But he got up. It's like his face was knocked up. He got back up again. He's got that stature. He's got that battle. He's got that fight. He's becoming a Man United. In those early days, a Man United legend at the moment. I could put him in that museum. I could get a cardboard cutout and put him in that museum now because he's battling. He's battling on Monday. He really is, and he's starting to remind me now of some of those players of the past that had that characteristic of him. He will go through. He's playing fantastically. He is quality. But I'm sorry, I need to say about the other players rubbing off on them. I'm still out of the box. I can't do that. I know I have my different opinion on.
Give it time, Paddy Wacker.
I know.
Right, so 19 in the comments. I want you two to answer this one for me. Coming to it. Martin, some people say Martinez has brought the warrior spirit to the entire team. Here's one from Stuart Marshall. Give Martinez the armband next season.
Yes, the captaincy. That's where we're going. We talked about captaincy all year, haven't we, lads? Yeah, Martinez, thank you. That's it.
I don't disagree. If he was going to elevate the team, fair enough. But he's bringing that warrior spirit, just as Stumpy just said, right? And I 100% agree, right? But you know who else is bringing it? But he's bringing a cool element of it as well. It's Casemiro.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to highlight about Casemiro was it was about the 88th minute, and the ball went down the left-hand side of the pitch, and the Real Sociedad player is trying to bomb down the wing. And Casemiro just came over, shouldered him off the ball, and your man threw himself on the ground. Casemiro just looked down and laughed at him. I could see him jogging off with a big smile on his face, like, yeah, grow up, little boy, you know.
He's fitting in patterns. Casemiro, since everyone thought the stars not doing it, MUFC old school saw him and went, oh, forget it, wasted time. Really, but he's starting to really come in now, isn't he? And come.
He's like a mature version of Martinez. That's the only way I can explain it. He's been around the block. Yeah, he doesn't need to do them crazy lunging challenges anymore because he's done a million of them in his lifetime. And he just puts players to side. Get out of my way, will you? Come on, cop on yourself. Grow up. Give me that ball. You know? So he's excellent. Excellent he is. Yeah. And David De Gea is getting the Martinez effect in the face as well. He loves it. He's out there. He's getting stuck in the whole lot.
Guys, we're going to talk about the formation change. See if we can work this out before we go on to sort of player ratings. I want you guys in the comments to sort of try and work this out with us as well. We had subs. Obviously, Donny came on off. Rashford came on. Can anyone want to attempt? Because I've got it written down. Anyone want to attempt to sort of judge or give me one of the formations, how we were playing it, and the personnel in the positions? De Gea in goal, 1 point.
Yeah. Are we on about what we started off with?
No. When we went to a back three, anyone want to pick out what we saw, where people were positioned?
Okay, so what I think I saw was obviously De Gea in goal, Martinez in the centre of a 3 men at the back, Shaw on the left, Dalot on the right. It felt like a kind of a single pivot in front of him with Casemiro, and then slightly forward was Eriksen on the left and Dalot on the right. And then obviously up front, it spoke for itself. It was Rashford, Ronaldo, and Bruno out on the right.
Bill Badger saying Big G said it was a 3-2-2-3. Pat, do you want to try and attempt to sort of say how we've set up with the 3 at the back? Sorry, Paddy. Sorry,
Paddy. No, Pat,
no. I meant Paddy, but I'll get confused. Pat and Paddy. Come on.
I think it was a 3. I think it was a. I got confused towards the end because the system started changing back and forth. So I can't comment on Monday. I was in and out of the room watching it, but he said the commentator would started changing the foot. Who was the commentator?
Robbie Savage.
Robbie
Savage were changing the formations back and forth. So I got a little bit confused towards the end there. I wasn't we were playing in the end.
So it would make sense to what Bill's saying there, because it's pretty much similar to what I might have seen myself. So it would mean then the 3 lads at the back, it'd be Casemiro and Scott, Eriksen and Bruno, and then the rest of the lads up front. So, but how we still got cut open in the middle once or twice. We must. I think because it was a new formation, because it's new, we just lost our shape momentarily, and that's where Sociedad kind of cut us open.
HG Game is saying it's the first time we used that formation, so maybe that's why it's the case. Box is saying Ten Hag went for it, which we needed to do, didn't work out, but that's football. HG Game is saying it's a 3-4-3. Robbie, you just coming a bit late. He's saying we need to talk about Donny van der Beek. And then Stumpy saying 2-2-6. Harry Maguire comes on the pitch and suddenly he goes up front. It's like, you know what's going to happen then. You got to crash it to him. Similar to what we did with Fellaini. I don't remember when Fellaini used to come on and we used to crash the ball up top. So at that point, Dalot, Martinez and Shaw, Casemiro, Matt Fred came on and with 3 in midfield. Bruno and Rashford drifting in that half space, not half space. Yeah, in the half space.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And then Harry and Ronnie. I thought Rashford was kind of central. He's middled up in the part. He wasn't playing that too wide. And then obviously we're trying to work balls to get an angle to cross it high for Harry Maguire to get on. Didn't come off, but I don't think Real Sociedad have experienced that sort of thing in the La Liga, especially. I don't think they would they do that, even if it is lastminute.com. So Harry Maguire up front, decision making there. What do you think that's about?
It's like the goalkeeper coming up at the end of the game. I think he just threw him in there to frighten the life out of him, and just shocked him to see what would happen. Because at the end, we nearly caught them on the hop, and Casemiro put a nice ball over the top on the 80th minute. And I think it was Garnacho or Ronaldo. It was Bruno or Ronaldo. It just didn't fall to them right, and it was because it was a lovely ball over the top and all. And then we were very unfortunate on the 80th minute when the ball got crossed in, and Casemiro couldn't just get it out from in between his legs. I was nearly throwing the book up in the air. I was watching the match, so we were a little bit unfortunate at times, But I think it was a bit of a shock tactic just to throw Harry Maguire up top, because it didn't make sense otherwise.
Paddy?
Yeah.
Seen that before with Steve, McQueen going up front, and Frank Stapleton playing centre back and then going up front and, crashing balls. Kevin Moran. I mean, it's an effective tactic. I don't think Real Sociedad could have much. They thought they maybe would have struggled with that.
No, it was a surprise. It could have come off at one point, but it was worth doing, and but didn't come off. But I was surprised by that. I got to be honest with you. But it has worked in the past, hasn't it? I mean, Fellaini, how many times did I see him going up front to get the balls to knock on into McQueen in the past? It was a good tactic. It didn't come off, did it? But
Fellaini.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing with Maguire. To be fair, if you're going to play him in this way, bring him on, put him up front. I don't know about that.
It's all Omondi's fault. It was all Omondi's fault. Eric Ten Hag was watching the eye test, and he says, "I better bring this fella on now. I better bring him on."
He's probably watching my Sunday team. That's what they do. Anyway, guys, there's 8 in the comments. Stick with us, because now we're going to do a little player rating and a little bonus to that as well. We're going to be very quick with it, but just want to go through, because De Gea made a nice double save. We start with De Gea. That double save, it came off his head, the second phase of that. What do you think of De Gea's performance? And just quickly, De Gea's performance today, and just overall, because obviously, just to make a little assessment from the start of the season, he's our number one now for sure. That's right? I'm going to give De Gea a 6. Pat, De Gea.
You get the 7 from me because he's progressing. I know he's an experienced goalkeeper. I know he's on a lot of money, but he seems to be excelling under Eric Ten Hag, so he's getting a 7 from me.
Do you want to say hi to Fahad? He said no United fans should be happy with that performance. Just going back to what Emma said, Emma was saying here, this season everything is trial and error, so she excused it. So there's a balance there, Faha, sorry, with that. So we're saying with De Gea, double save, Paddy. Overall, you happy with him so far this season?
I am. To be fair, he's in form, isn't he? So, and he's been saving us yet again. So I'll give him an 8. Actually, I would.
Okay, going to the defence as a unit, unless you want to pick out someone specific, I'm going to just say Dello's been outstanding this year. I'm really pleased with him. Hope he does get a new contract we spoke about the other day. Today, he was good again. He was trusted to go into that back three. So I think the defence has really improved from what we started with start of the season. So I'm really pleased with the defensive side of things. Pat?
I'd give them all a 7, but I have to give Luke Shaw a 7.5 because I think he was the standout man for me tonight. Most improved defender. So Luke Shaw tonight.
And Paddy, sorry. So today and from the start of the season, how do you feel the defence is at this point? Because that's the end of the group stages now. We can make a little assessment.
I think the defence has. I mean, Varane and Martinez, I think have been the two, but obviously with the injuries now, which worries me. I think it's a concern with Varane, definitely. But yeah, Dalot's doing okay. Shaw's doing okay. I don't really want to, my views on these two, these right left back, but yeah, they're doing well, and I'll give them 7. But
wow, Paddy!
Very that's the first.
That's my man, Paddy Wagner.
I'm pleased. It shows we come a long way if Paddy can sort of start.
Monday, on Monday. It's like, I don't like egg, but it's like you don't force me to eat egg when I'm talking about that. Do you know what I mean? So, all right then.
I want to say hi to TalkMU because TalkMU done a great job doing the live watch along. I hope you guys tuned into that. There's 20 in the comments as well. So go and check out his channel as well, Football versus Cancer. He's saying, I think it was a good idea putting Harry up front. Ronaldo was struggling to get the ball down and under control. So there, it gives you the reason why as well. I like that, man. I agree with you there. Box is saying the game's saving ability has improved. It did decline, but he's got that air of invincibility about him back in terms of shot stopping. Still needs to work on distribution and commanding. I think he's slightly improving. But I said United need to be serious and look like for a hungry striker like Osimhen by January or next summer. Do agree there. I watched Sesko yesterday in the Champions League, and I don't think he's quite ready yet.
It feels like Martinez is bringing Lucia, Dalot, and the whole lot of them back to his house to watch the Spartan movie over and over again. And we all think the Spartan's going out because you watch the Gea, he's banging his chest with his hands and everything. He's giving it the whole 9 yards. So I'm telling you, it's on the
guys. We're going to go to midfield. I'm going to start with you, Pat. So midfield, pick someone out for the midfield that's impressed you this season, and like we've got Eriksen, we've got Bruno, we've got Fred, McTominay, Casemiro. That's basically our sort of midfield three, unless you want to throw someone else in there. How do you feel the midfield has improved since Ten Hag's come? Are you because there was always an issue, wasn't it, last couple of seasons? People complaining about our midfield and we need better midfield players in there. Give me a little assessment about the midfield and pick out someone you want to just touch on, please.
Pat, you?
Pat. If it's me, lads, it's Casemiro and Eriksen, and they both have brought different types of style. Okay, Eriksen, silky footballer. Could sit there watching replays of the man kicking the football all night. Fantastic. He's what we needed. Casemiro, he's intelligent, he's tough, and he's assured of himself. And it's only going to improve the likes of our younger players in the likes of Scott McTominay and Fred, who are now squad players, who's going to improve them by watching how he plays football. And when they come in, they'll get their chance and they have to improve. But I can't see them taking the places of Christian Eriksen and Casemiro. So all positive, lads.
Big G sort of agreeing with you. He's picked out Casemiro because we always did need that midfielder or that guy to come in. Pat, I mean, how do you set it now? Ten Hag's come in. We've just finished our group stages now. We're now in November. What do you think about the midfield? And pick out a player to talk about whether it's the decline or whether it's someone who's impressed you.
Yeah, I mean, look, Eriksen's impressed me massively because he's quality, isn't he? But Casemiro, as Pat just said, is total quality, and he seems to be excelling now. But definitely Eriksen. But Eriksen got lost a bit today. I don't know what the rest of the panel think. He got lost slightly in that team. His form looked a bit dropped in the game. I don't know if what you think, lads. But as going in the season, Omundi, the midfield's looking really strong. Bruno Fernandes is coming there, doing brilliantly. You know, Fred, I'm not a big fan. I'll say that now. I know, and also, but no, I love Casemiro, and I'm glad we've got them both. If we didn't have them two in there, it would be curtains. I think we'd be really struggling. So them two for me are the business.
Guys, we're going to go to forwards now, and obviously that means Ronaldo, Rashford, Martial, the wide men as well, which includes Sancho, Anthony. Guys, pick someone out, and do you think we're really clicking now? Are we sort of a threat? Are we at the level now? You know, because people talk about top four, we're not far behind. We're in the mix. So let's talk about our forwards or the forward line. Pick out a player and just let me know how you feel Ten Hag's developed them. I'll start with you, Pat.
I don't think we're 100%. What's the word I should say? I think solid is a good word up front yet, because we keep changing around with the likes of when Martial got injured, Ronaldo got dropped for a week, Rashford was up front. So we're kind of a little bit, it's like it's changing every week, and it's not settled, not solid. Settled is the word, should I say? And give it a few weeks. I think we might be a bit more settled in the coming weeks, especially if we get the likes of Anthony Martial coming back and he gets match fit. But I want to talk about Ronaldo. He's not the same player he once was. He may not have the legs he once has, but he does have the experience. He is dropping a bit deeper and he is picking up the ball and he is playing it. So in time, I think he's going to get a little bit better because he's going to have to adapt to a new role that he's playing, that Erik ten Hag is asking him to play. Because I've never seen him drop so deep, so much in my life to collect balls as he is now, in comparisons to the old Ronaldo, who was like a Ferrari going up and down the pitch.
I'm just going to do a few comments, Paddy, before I come to you. But Andrew Williams is saying Ronaldo is bad tonight. We've talked about the defence, the midfield, and now we're talking about the strikers. Big G saying Fernandes has declined in my book. That's Bruno Fernandes. Bill Baggio saying, I know Eriksen and Casemiro have changed us, but we have to give some praise to Bruno. He's been unselfish for the team, run his little legs off every game. Stumpy Candle top wants to change his name to Stumpy Candle Top Graphical Survey. I just about got that. I love that name. And whoever can say topographical can call you Candle Top Graphical. That's a tough one. I love that, bro. That's wicked. Boxer saying we could try Eriksen at 10, Van der Beek, Casemiro in the centre midfield. Emma saying our midfield got overturned, like sometimes it was 4 against 2. And obviously, Andrew Williams thinks Ronaldo was bad. Boxer saying I don't see Fernandes conserve some energy and being a bit more incisive. Big G's being responded to by Bill Baggio. He's saying he played on the right tonight. That's Bruno, and he's done a job for the team. You can't knock him. He's always available. And Eddie's saying here, I would say the defense is the most positive thing. Midfield, I don't know what that means. Midfield, something between high press and counter, have to capitalize more when they've had possession. Can't wait for proper strikers to come in. And I'm not going to... Stumpy saying, I'm changing my name to Stumpy Candle Topographical Survey. There you go. You put that in the thing. Paddy, I want you to discuss the forward line because Eddie's saying the defense is the most improved unit. What's the forward line be like from the start of the season to now? Where are we at? Because we're trying to gauge, can we get top 4? Can we get Europa League? What changes need to be made? Or would you coach these guys to improve?
Look, we're switching Ronaldo and Rashford back and forth, depending on what games they are. But Rashford has been scoring. He scored against West Ham. He's been scoring really well. But my worry is that we're not clinical enough up front. We're hanging on to games, as I said earlier. Regardless of Martial, I'm sorry, Martial, for me. I know you could probably bring him in. It's just not for me. It just hasn't. But my worry, I know, Pat. But I just think we need to get a striker in there because I want us to start putting these teams to bed. But my worry with Rashford is like a gazelle, isn't he? But it's his finishing. But he's doing well. He's scoring goals. You can't knock him. He's scored those goals. So long may it continue. But I think the defense has been the most improved in the midfield. But the forward needs some injection. It does need something.
And when you say injection, is this what is our goals now? Because our goals initially was, all right, we can maybe get top 6 and then take a few windows. But with our expectation, we've just come qualified from the group stages. We're sitting just outside top 4 by a point or something like that. Are we progressing to the way that's pleasing you guys? Yeah. And do you think we sort of inject something, like you're saying, to sort of reach our expectation? What is our realistic expectation now, Pat?
Sorry, Pat. I think we're looking at the top 4. I think we're better than Arsenal. I think we've beaten them already. I think we really are looking at top 4. I really am. And I wouldn't say. I know it's a bit of a thing to say, but you know me. I wouldn't say it, but really are coming on. So, Pat, carry on. Sorry, mate.
So look, I'll just touch on Andrew Williams' comment there. He says Ronaldo's not good enough. Rashford is not consistent and not been very good this season. But after Xmas, we could well go missing. And Martial's made a glass. So it kind of just touches on the point that I said there a few minutes ago that the defense is getting well, the midfield is great, and it kind of feels like we're working with what we have now at the moment up front. Yes, it needs improvement, but I think we're doing very well with what we have at the moment. So. I don't think we're going to fix it in January. So we'll have to work with what we have this year. And it's a big if for me. I really hope Anthony Martial comes back and doesn't get injured for the rest of the year because I think he will make a massive difference up front for us.
We're going to wrap it up very soon. There's 17 in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. That was a result. We won the game again. It's another win to Erik ten Hag, like another feather in his cap. I think it was a good performance. I think to see so many varieties of formation, it shows that this guy's brave and bold when it needs to be. And I think we're on the up, like Paddy was saying. I think there are some improvements. It's the most optimistic I've seen Paddy for a long time, which credit to the manager, because you've got high standards. You're really shrewd, and you credit to the manager. And if you're happy, I feel relieved. I think we must be doing something right. You really got you like high standards, and it's right. And Paddy, I don't give you a hard time, but we are Manchester United. And we have to sort of live by those high standards. So I know I give you a ribby sometimes about it, but you're flipping right about it, man. Honestly, I think I was thinking the other day, Paddy's right, because all right, we've been accepting second best. We need to demand better, and it's all right to say that. And we're on the show to deliver like that. So big up to you, Paddy, for that. Guys, we're going to sign out now. Pat, you last words about the game and about
I'm
weekend.
going to get Paddy a white T-shirt with E.T. Eric Ten Hag initials on the front and I'm a believer on the back.
I'm a believer.
Because he is, I've seen one, Stumpy saying he is exceeding their expectations at the moment massively. And that is very true, Stumpy. Because even I said, I thought, I didn't know what Eric Ten Hag was all about. I had to just go by what I'd seen on YouTube and what I read about him. And I really thought that 6th, 7th, 8th was going to be our best this year. And all of a sudden, the man has us going for possibly top 4. So if this man can get extra reinforcements, I think we can do a lot better next year.
Right, Pat. I think he's a winner, isn't he? He knows how to win. He knows how to win. So he's got the winning mentality. He's not your Pochettino who hasn't got a clue how to win game and things. He's a winner.
I'm going to leave the last word to the guys in the comments. Top 4 is up to grab, said box. All sides have flaws and weak depth. Yeah, we're going to see that. Stumpy saying Ten Hag has exceeded expectations. Eddie Football Waffle saying, Paddy, yes, Ten Hag definitely doing well with his scraps so far. And this one here saying from Andrew Williams saying we're shallower than Stacey Solomon. Is that the X-Factor? I'm not sure. But well, last thing here from Big G, this is for you. He's saying, I love Dallo t-shirt for Paddy. Shall we do that? Shall we do that, guys, and get Paddy to wear one? I agree. I think that'd be great.
No, don't ruin them. I've only just about gotten to start smiling with Dallo's name in the same sentence.
Don't ruin the bridge, lads. Me, Mike, how you doing, man? Welcome back. He's saying, this is a great comment. We're going to end on this one. He's saying, look, when you complain after a win, that means progress. And progress, he says, in capital letters. I'm happy. We're all happy. Bring on Barcelona. Bring on Juve. Whoever's being dropped out of that big league, bring them on. We will take them. And we can do them because we are Man United. This is the Man United agenda. Pat, thank you so much.
And thanks for the comments tonight, lads. Some of the comments were fantastic.
They were, very much so. Yeah.
Paddy, last words. Will you wear a Dallo t-shirt?
No, I will use that.
He's going to eat broccoli, by the way.
I'll use that for the washing up tea towel.
Hey guys, we'll be back tomorrow night at 8:30, and obviously they'll be doing the takeaway show at 10 p.m. And then at the weekend we take on Aston Villa. So make sure you tune into Man United Agenda. Thanks for everyone for all your wonderful comments today, and glory, Man United. Bye bye.